What happens when you wake up one morning, take a hard look in the mirror, and realize your body just isn't bouncing back the way it used to? Hey everyone, and welcome. Let me tell you, hitting my 60s was a massive wake-up call for me. I started feeling this creeping fear, this quiet, heavy dread that my strength was just sort of slipping away, that my muscles were softening, and that this physical decline was just an inevitable part of getting older. But what if I told you there's a way to fight back, a way to reclaim that rock-solid feeling without spending hours grinding away in some crowded gym? I actually ran an experiment on myself, and the results were completely mind-blowing. Today, I'm going to walk you through exactly what happens when you commit to just 30 push-ups every single morning. And listen, you are absolutely going to want to stick around until the very end of this explainer because I am keeping a massive secret under wraps until then. It's this forbidden technique that literally turns a basic floor exercise into something that rivals heavy gym lifting. Believe me, you do not want to miss it.
So, let's talk about that fear for a second. It's a deep psychological thing we all face as guys getting older, right? It's that terrifying realization that we're losing our baseline strength. You try to lift a heavy box, or you're just down on the floor playing with your grandkids, and your body just hits the brakes. Honestly, I was terrified of getting frail. I really was. But I also knew there was no way I wanted to live my life shackled to a gym membership, waiting around for machines, and risking a torn rotator cuff pushing heavy iron. That's really what sparked my curiosity. I thought, there has to be an incredibly simple, self-tested solution to this whole problem. And guess what? There is. It turns out the answer was staring me right in the face, right there on my living room floor. High-quality, daily push-ups. But, and this is crucial, not just throwing yourself at the ground. You've got to do it with a very specific strategy.
Okay, let's dive into this strategy. You might be wondering, why exactly 30 reps? Why not 50 or 100? Well, because 30 is the absolute sweet spot. As you can see, we're trying to balance two massive goals here. Hypertrophy, which is just a fancy word for muscle growth, and habit building, which is your daily consistency. Look, if you aim for 100 push-ups right out of the gate, you're going to burn out, get incredibly sore, and probably quit by Wednesday. But 30 is totally manageable, and the best part, you don't have to do them all at once. Breaking them down into 3 manageable sets of 10 throughout your morning is absolutely fine. The whole key is securing that total daily volume without degrading the quality of your movement. That consistency is what builds the habit, and that high-quality volume is what forces those muscles to actually grow.
Now, I want to take you through the exact chronological journey of what happened to my body over just 4 weeks of doing this. When you stick to this daily volume, your body goes through a total transformation, phase by phase. It's not just about getting a bigger chest. It's literally a complete systemic overhaul. So let's map out this timeline and look at exactly what happens under the hood during week 1, 2, 3, and 4. That way, you're going to know exactly what to expect when you start your own journey tomorrow morning.
Week 1 is, well, it's a bit of a wild ride. Honestly, for the first few days, my pecs and triceps were absolutely screaming. You're going to feel a very sharp, intense stimulation in your upper body, mostly because your muscles just aren't used to bearing your body weight every single day. But right around day 7, something magical happens. It's called nervous system adaptation. The electrical signals firing from your brain down to your chest and arm muscles suddenly smooth out. The pathways get completely optimized. I vividly remember waking up at the end of week 1, dropping down to do my sets, and suddenly my body just felt incredibly light. That feeling of sluggish heaviness was completely gone, and it was replaced by this effortless, dialed-in body control. It's an amazing feeling.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is what happens in week 2. We start seeing a dramatic increase in what's called capillary density. So what does that actually mean? Basically, because you're demanding so much from your chest and arms every day, your body responds by building thousands of tiny new blood vessels inside the muscle tissue to deliver oxygen and nutrients. It's like upgrading your body's plumbing system. This dramatically improves your blood flow. For me, this was the week where the physical changes became undeniable. Because of all that new blood flow, my muscles started holding this constant visual pump. I'd walk past the mirror and my chest just looked fuller and tighter all day long. Let me tell you, it is a huge confidence booster.
By week 3, man, we hit what I call the metabolic upgrade. And this is an absolute game changer. Because you're engaging these large upper body muscle groups every single day, your basal metabolism, which is the amount of calories you burn just sitting around doing nothing, significantly increases. I noticed I was actually leaning out without even touching my diet. My body was transforming into a highly efficient fat-burning machine. But it's not just about fat loss. When you do a proper push-up, it's essentially a moving plank. You're engaging your abs, your lower back, your glutes. So by week 3, you're building a rock-solid core, which completely stabilizes your spine and gives you this incredibly powerful upright standing posture. You literally just carry yourself differently.
And then we reach week 4. This is where the whole shebang comes together. The reverse triangle foundation is officially complete. That means you've built up that aesthetic upper chest thickness and your shoulders have broadened out, creating that classic V-taper look that pretty much every guy over 60 wants to maintain. At this point, knocking out those 30 reps isn't just a physical chore anymore, it's a daily mental victory. It transforms from being just a number on a page into rock-solid physical confidence. You feel capable, you feel strong, and that underlying fear of physical decline we talked about at the very beginning, it totally vanishes.
Section 1. Scaling your gains. Let's look at customizing the routine for every starting line. Look, we all have different joint histories, right? So if jumping right onto the floor feels like way too much on day 1, we start with these 2 foundational steps. Step 1. Incline push-ups. Put your hands elevated on a sturdy desk, maybe the kitchen counter, or even just a wall. This takes a massive amount of gravity out of the equation while still teaching your muscles that crucial movement pattern. Step 2 is the negative method. You get in the push-up position and you just focus entirely on the descent. You slowly lower yourself down, taking a full 3 to 5 seconds to reach the bottom, and then you just use your knees to push back up. Doing that slow, controlled drop builds amazing baseline strength and basically bulletproofs your tendons.
But hey, what if you're on the complete other end of the spectrum? What if 30 standard push-ups feels like an absolute breeze to you? For the guys looking for a bigger challenge, you don't need to add more reps. You just need to increase the difficulty. You can slow down your tempo, taking 3 seconds to go down and 3 seconds to come up. This drastically increases your time under tension, or TUT, which is a massive driver for muscle growth. Or you can elevate your feet on a chair or the couch to do decline push-ups. This shifts the angle and will absolutely blow up those upper chest gains, giving you that thick, armor-plated look right below the collarbone.
Section 2. The big reveal. The forbidden push-up secret. Okay, here's what I promised you at the very beginning. I told you I'd reveal how a simple bodyweight exercise can genuinely rival heavy barbell bench presses. This right here is the missing link most guys totally ignore. I call it the forbidden technique because it is so brutally difficult that most people just refuse to do it. The secret isn't the number 30. The secret is prioritizing flawless quality over speed. It means lowering your chest until it is literally inches from the floor, getting that maximum deep stretch in the muscle fibers. It means locking your core so tight that your body is as stiff as a board. And it means pushing yourself near muscular failure with a full, uncheated range of motion. Science has actually proven that if you take a muscle close to failure using strict form, your body genuinely doesn't know the difference between a push-up and a heavily loaded barbell. It's an uncompromising strictness, and it is the absolute key to unlocking massive gains without ever touching a single weight. And this brilliantly illustrates the entire philosophy behind this explainer. Mastering the basics is the shortest route to the ideal body. That hits the nail right on the head, doesn't it? We get so caught up in complicated workout routines, fancy machines, and wild supplements, especially as we get older and start sort of panicking about our health. But the truth is, deeply mastering simple, primal bodyweight movements is the ultimate key to longevity, to functional strength, and to aesthetic muscle. When you stop treating the push-up like it's just a warm-up and start treating it like a heavy, serious lift, your body is going to reward you in ways you didn't even think were possible in your 60s.
So, the only question left is this. Are you ready to take back your strength? Are you ready to stop letting fear dictate how you age? I challenge you to take immediate action. Seriously, don't wait until Monday. Don't wait until New Year's. I want you to drop a comment below right now and tell me exactly how you are going to break down your 30 reps today. Is it going to be 3 sets of 10, maybe 6 sets of 5? Honestly, it doesn't matter. Just make the commitment. Your physical evolution, your personal journey to reclaiming that rock-solid body starts right now. Get down on the floor and let's get to work.